Every World Cup has something unique yet talkative about itself, such as the match-fixing allegations over the 2002 South Korean FIFA World Cup, or hosting the tournament in Russia, a country that is not the ideal ally of many European nations. However, the debate has been at an all-time high with the 2022 World Cup held in Qatar. Let us see why. Number 5. The legitimacy of Qatar as World Cup hosts. There have been questions over how Qatar generally won the rights to host the Cup, and in all honesty, it is no shocker that FIFA's officials might be gathering a bit of undocumented hot cash behind the curtains. For those who do not know, FIFA already has multiple accusations over its political and dirty structure, with tons of questions asked in the past. Recently, the US Department of Justice revealed that the top FIFA officials might have possibly taken bribes from Qatar in return for granting the country the privilege to host the competition. We mean the country is literally situated in a desert and also has never qualified for the competition itself. So then, how did Qatar manage to obtain the rights to the FIFA World Cup? We assume that it's a secret that we will never know. Number 4. A World Cup in winter. One of the big questions asked was, why would you host the most prestigious footballing competition in the world in a country where it physically is impossible to play football in the June-July period because of the ridiculously hot weather? Moreover, the idea of a World Cup in December has been subject to extreme criticism, and righteously. The already existing fixture burden on the players is beyond insane, and organizing a World Cup in the middle of the year is a diabolical resolution that can lead to players suffering the most colossal career injuries. Especially when they come back to playing club football, the overall situation can truly be described as absolutely terrorizing for the players, who aren't treated like human beings anymore. Number 3. The stadiums and the human rights controversy. Slavery and the utmost violation of labor and human rights had been the theme for the creation of luxurious stadiums around Qatar. The scary factor was that most of the laborers and workers were migrants who had been trapped into slavery by the Qatari officials, suffering physical, mental, and verbal abuse. It is said that the stadium constructors worked more than 13 hours a day in the unforgiving heat. The worst part is that the workers received no additional incentives for putting in extra shifts, while some of them hardly ever got paid. It has been said that more than 6,500 workers have lost their lives trying to build the gigantic structures day and night, so that they would be ready in time for the big event, making it one of the most violent human rights violations in recent history. Number 2. The Qatari national team. Qatar is the smallest country to ever host the FIFA World Cup, and before the advent of hosting rights, there was no name and trace of the beautiful game within the country. So, how did they exactly manage to create a national team? Well, for starters, it could have not been done in the purest of all possible ways, because it would be a total disaster for low quality and average players to get humiliated in the World Cup. That too being the host, where there are already 100 questions over your legitimacy. This is why Qatar played another dirty game by hiring foreign players that were born in Spain, France, Montenegro, and so many more. The FIFA laws state that to present a country, the player should either be born within or be naturalized by living in the boundaries for at least 5 years. We can assure you that this is not the case with half the Qatari squad, as the hosts once again politicized for their gain, and it worked out well for them. Number 1. The absurd rule and law. While it is understandable to respect the law of the country you are residing in permanently or temporarily, Qatar has been subject to huge abuse due to its religiously powered World Cup and its set of rules. First and foremost, there is a ban on alcohol in stadiums and even in general unless you want to overpay for a pint of beer. Not only that, but Qatari officials have clarified that unmodest clothing is considered immoral in the country, and foreign fans will have to be more careful within their fashion choices. The highest outrage sparked over the nation's refusal to recognize LGBT rights, with homosexuality being illegal in Qatar. Fans have been protesting around the world, and so have been the players, wanting to stand in solidarity with the One Love campaign, but FIFA has sanctioned national teams for wearing rainbow armbands, as they could start the game with a yellow card. No wonder this World Cup is the most controversial and debated football competition of all time. Controversial or not, one thing is for sure, fans around the world will most likely not let a Middle Eastern country host the World Cup again, due to the 1,000 disagreements over culture and lifestyle. We hope you enjoyed the video. Let us know in the comments who you think will win the most controversial World Cup of all time. Until then, see you next time.